Not allowed! Not allowed! Good morning everyone, welcome back to Manchester. First of all, before we begin, some serious words about my video yesterday. The video was produced and released before the police had released any specific details about what was going on. I initially thought it was an adult murder, and then when they released a partial statement... Hello mate, all good? Hiya, all the best. So when they released a partial statement, I thought it was someone threatening to commit suicide, an adult. Turns out it was something 10 times worse than any of my wildest beliefs. It was a murder-suicide. A woman appears to have murdered an 8-year-old girl, and it appears she then killed herself. Now, I'm getting stick in the comment section for my poor taste, ill-advised, disrespectful video. But I'm sure all my viewers will agree that anyone, whether male or female, feels that life isn't worth it, and then as their final demonic, malicious, evil act, decide to murder a little child. I'm sorry. There is nothing that is the same between me and you. Nothing. Alright, that was a slightly dramatic start. We'll slowly bring ourselves back to the absurd, the fanciful, the enjoyable, and the photonic here in Manchester. I promise it's not going to be a dark video, I hope. Someone commented that, Charlie, it's not the covered section, it's a bit posh. This is called the covered bit of Market Street. And the refresh rate of the image is interfering with the refresh rate of those lights. And looky here. It's already feeling safe because we have a triumvirate of cop action already, and it's not even midday. Potential Walter Mitty spotted here at the corner of Cracky Gardens. I've seen fake troops, fake cops, but here he's got the boots and he's got the jacket. Maybe he's a real firefighter, maybe I'm just being mean, but I'm getting Walter Mitty vibes. Okay, I've had to retreat to Piccadilly Station and the concourse behind me. I was traversing Piccadilly Gardens, Cracky Gardens, and usually I'm quite fast, quite stealth, but unfortunately today, one of the ringlet-haired, shoulder-length North African narco dealers, of which there are many, Moroccans, Tunisians, Libyans, Egyptians, one of them noticed me, got onto his telephone, and he made menacing, toothy grins towards me, the way a primate might. And a reconnaissance team, it knows when it's behind enemy lines, it knows when to withdraw, to extract, to board the Chinook and get the F out of there. I'm going to board the free #1 bus that goes around Manchester. That is my Chinook for extraction. Also, let me get you guys a good background. Discovered that Elbow Man, the famous Elbow Man who attacked Fred and got knocked to the ground by an elbow. He is 26, pretending to be 22. He is from Egypt, and he is a boat arrival economic migrant, and he's been here a few years. And I heard this from another North African, and goes to show there is a civil war taking place between the various countries on the south coast of the Mediterranean, and somehow they've chosen Cracky Gardens as the war zone, which is fascinating enough. I speak from experience. You might be thinking, Charlie, you're a big guy, why are you scared of some 5'6" North Africans? Well, I'll tell you, many of our adversaries worldwide don't understand the abstract concept of a fair fight or dignity or honor in conflict. And so I don't fancy fighting 12 people at once. I will lose. And again, don't get surrounded by people who perhaps don't have good impulse control, and also who perhaps have a lot of psychological issues, looking for a scapegoat, looking for an anvil, because all their problems are a hammer. The train to Cardiff in Wales has been cancelled. The man's just announced a vehicle has struck a bridge. He goes, a rogue vehicle. So an allowed vehicle striking the bridge that might not have shut down the Cardiff line, but a rogue one. The bathroom facilities, toilet here at the Manchester Piccadilly station has the same problems as the toilets in Manchester Central Library. I've complained, I'm sure many people have as well, the stench of stale urine. It's beyond third world New Delhi unattended hovel. It's beyond that. And I've spoken to the management at the Central Library, and they say that due to health and safety reasons, they cannot use bleach-based cleaning products because of health and safety. And so the bacteria that creates that putrid, stale urine smell, the bacteria is having a party. This is Woodstock 2024 for the bacteria. No bleach? F yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget.
Don't keep nervously. I'm going. I love you loads. Bye. Have a good day.
Oh, how positive.
You don't eat. No, I don't.
So, good news, viewers. Very good news. First of all, we can cross the road. That's the best bit. The young man who I thought was hostile and phoning his friends, I've just bumped into him outside Piccadilly train station. Turns out, hey man, you okay? All good? All good. Turns out he's a fan and a really nice guy, so I explained to him, when you watch the video, you're going to see me describe you as a dangerous North African narco dealer who's phoning his friends to come and attack me. Turns out he wasn't anything like that, and he was a very nice guy. So we're here at the Crown Court at Minchell Street, and there's two ladies with a protest. Do the ladies mind if I come and ask some questions? All right, so obviously we're at the Crown Court. It says no justice without interpreters, no to agency, no to outsourcing. Justice for interpreters. Now I can understand how judicial fairness is probably impossible if there isn't communication, but seeing as our dear leader, Sir Keir Starmer, has taken away winter fuel payments for the elderly, do we really have the money to hire official, non-agency, non-outsourced interpreters?
Well, this is our problem. Yeah, there has been cuts within MOJ as it is, and a big word or any agency wedges in, takes the profits, and then will pass on to the interpreters.
Yeah.
So we do care about the justice, but it's very difficult.
Yeah. How much does the British purse, the taxpayer, spend on outsourced agency translators per annum? I bet it's a lot. I bet it's a nice tidy sum.
So it's effectively 22 billion public debt.
You're joking?
Yeah.
22 billion, not million, billion.
Public debt.
Wow. So would it not just?
What do we know? That is that we get paid a fraction
Yeah.
to what the companies are paid for if we work for them.
Yeah.
So this is our big issue. We want to be either sourced directly by the courts or by agencies that have interest in the criminal justice, in justice itself.
Yeah. 1 second. Sorry for the noise. Just 1 second. There's a tram going past. Sorry, say that again a little bit more loudly. The last bit.
So what is much more advantageous of doing, or what we are trying to achieve, to be either sourced directly by the courts or by agencies that do put the interest of justice at the forefront. At the moment, it's just their profits. They don't care. You interpret, you report to the agency that you work with an unqualified interpreter.
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't carry the message back on.
Yeah.
All they care about is their profits.
Of course.
That's what we don't agree with that.
Middlemen will always be middlemen, looking for those shekels, that dollar, that pound, that yen.
The minute we refuse, the minute the qualified interpreters refuse the work.
I see. And are you both interpreters?
We are replaced by unqualified interpreters.
Oh, you're an interpreter. Oh, right, brilliant. What language do you guys interpret?
I do Czech.
Czech.
I do Romanian.
You do Romania. Ce faci? Bene, forte bene? Very good. And you, sir?
Lithuanian.
Lithuanian. Ah, Mr. Vilnius behind us. Well,
exactly.
Nice group of people here, so thank you very much. And I'll show you my YouTube channel where you'll see this. Piccadilly Gardens at 1 p.m. You gotta love the wheelchair romance. You missing a leg? I'm missing a leg too. Okay, in Cracky Gardens I spotted a particularly intense and concentrated gathering of zombie vampires, aka the narco traficantes, or the narco distributors. And if I get too close, I'll get jumped. So we're going to try and do a very long zoom to see if I can show you guys what I mean. We'll try. We might have to run, but we'll try. No joke, no mistake this time. I got spotted getting ready to start filming, and When a group of people with no impulse control, with nothing to lose, who are probably here illegally, point at you, and yeah, I'm in Primark, safe Primark, safe Primark. Okay, some further updates on the murder-suicide from last night. Just come out in the Manchester Evening News that apparently it was a devoted mother to a disabled daughter, as if that makes the horror of her murder of the most vulnerable any better, as if it's any excuse. It makes it worse, in my opinion. The daughter was even more vulnerable, even more needing the love of her mother. So pure condemnation from me. Keyboard player behind me is Mirai from Japan. Gave him a small donation and he said, yes, of course you can film. Amidst all the horror of the news and the things happening around us, it's important to remember what is important, and that is family connections, love, and not falling prey to bitterness and cynicism and hatred when all around us is encouraging us to do that. We all have a personal Zion. We all have a promised land where we know we are loved and where people love us and care for us a priori without any need to do anything on our behalf. It's the way we treat our children because we love them for their own essence, for their own existence. And if we stop just for one moment, we all have that place where we know we are loved. St. Anne's Square, and the not allowed certificates are flowing strongly. One. Bang, bang, bang. 1, 2. Not allowed. As we pass Truda Tag Heuer, I used to pronounce it Tageur. It's Tag Heuer. Oh shit. And Musa's not doing too well. He's got his very own not allowed certificate. Actually, Musa's doing really badly. Musa's not paid his, I don't know. He's not paid his parking tickets. But he's going to get towed. He's going to get towed. No frog, no newt. He's going to get towed. Okay, welcome to the corner of Deansgate and John Dalton Street. Who here remembers Timothy Dalton as James Bond in License to Kill? So the reason I'm filming here is usually this part of town is free of crackies, but it's spreading. There must be now, I would imagine, a good 200 permanent lifestyle crackies in the city centre. Welcome to Skyscraperville. I'm going to get my brain on. Yeah, West End. West End of Manchester. East End, where Cracky Gardens is. And funnily enough, I asked a restaurant, I had one of these, a flat iron steak. I said, what is a flat iron steak? Turns out it was invented, hello mate, all good. It was invented by the Americans in the 80s to find a new cut to get people to eat more beef. And now it's like a trendy thing. And here's the armed cops. Go get them, boys. Remember, 2 in the chest and 1 in the cranium. Just to make sure. Don't allow them to detonate. Many years ago in this corner here, just outside Sainsbury's, one of our grocery stores, a crackhead threw a brick at my hand, breaking my finger. But the good news is, it fully healed, and now it's my strongest finger. That finger can do a powerful fingering. But anyway, that's not even why I started filming. That great moment when you're 44, you start filming for a great idea, you find a tangent, you start with a tangent, and you forget the original reason why you started filming, and you try pausing it so you can remember and do a cut. Gone. Back in the early 2000s when YouTube was a young pup, myself and Ollie, my friend Oliver the Octopus, was his stage name, we did a few videos inside Scientology as they were telling us off, and Oliver on the guitar, L. Ron Hubbard, blah blah. Great videos. If you look up Scientology on my channel, you'll find them. But they're one of these organizations that have been around for so long now, and they've weathered all the storms. People call them cults, tax dodgers, all sorts, and they're just like, yeah, whatever. We've got Tom Cruise. You all love Tom Cruise. End of argument. indeed. Strange slogan, strange words here by Iron Mountain, registered trademark. We protect what you value most. Now, I want to find a man who would put data, records, or digital stuff above his family or his wife, or his life even. So we protect what you value third most. Okay, we're outside the Hilton Hotel, former tallest building in Manchester. That crown's been taken by all the other phalli, the phalli of the sky ticklers. So what does £900 get you in central Manchester in terms of rent? It gets you a studio. A studio apartment means that you're living in your kitchen and your sofa is in your bathroom or something like that. And you don't get very much for 900 in central Manchester. I was going to walk away, but for 2,300, that's like $3,500 US dollars, you get 2 double bedrooms. Oh my God, it's not London, guys. I'm sorry, it's only Manchester.
But it's already became expensive for Manchester.
It's horrible for Manchester, yeah, I agree, says the lady. Ah, you want a 2-bedroom flat they'll probably demolish in 30 years. Just over $350,000. Great. Here we'll have it live. How old buildings like the Deansgate pub ahead get swallowed and absorbed and still maintained. You know, we got to at least give credit where credit is due. We see how they mix the old and the new here in Manchester. Look at all this old stuff, and then you look up and you're like, oh, triple towers, who's the more, oh. Your waving's not going to save you from the shame of appearing on the Charlie Veitch channel. Here's looking onto Dom's, the Italian restaurant on Castle Street, here at the Canals by Deansgate tram stop. And there's the old Campanile, which is Italian for clock tower. Keep mixing it, Manchester, the old and the new. In fact, we're under a Victorian bridge, very old. And let me just try and get a corner shot for the architecture. Oh! What do my architect viewers think of this cream-coloured building here in the foreground? It's a bit different, isn't it? So the lower one there is block management. Give them a free plug, Stevenson White. And I was just watching the goldfish bowl action here. I mean, if you don't mind people looking into your house, go for it. But I'm going to stop doing that. I feel bad just filming an empty room, but goldfish bowling it. Manchester's all about the skyscrapers now. There's a distant one they're building there. Let's have a look. Oh, let's see if we can get a bit closer. And remember, guys, jet fuel didn't have to melt the steel beams. The jet fuel only had to weaken the steel beams. Now you know. Footway closed. No! But anyway, it's good that the construction men put the numbers on the side of the lift, what do you call them, cylinders, the reinforced anti-fire lift housing. It's so that they don't get confused. Look, they know what floor they're on. But we're close to this white boy. Hello, white boy! You get the Charlie Veitch award for slightly different architecture. And if you're wondering what it's called Castle Wharf. What do you think? Just a man lubricating his cement mixer. He doesn't like friction. He realizes it slides a lot better when you lubricate it. And he's just giving it a little spray of KY jelly right there. I'm a very clever boy. I would say this shaft will have 3 lifts. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm probably right. Americans and Canadians go, what do you mean by lift? We're not lifting stuff. I mean elevator, that which elevates. Here in oldie England, we call it a lift. That moment when you want to build nondescript glass skyscrapers, yet the government forces you to not knock down a slightly listed building. Although I don't know if or why this one's listed. It looks a bit shit, if I'm honest. Or maybe they just wanted to keep it. Maybe I'm just assuming it's listed. Three in one go. Fat cuboid on the left, fat rectangle on the right, and the rectangle-y one behind it. See your oldie church over there? It's been apartments for as long as I've known it. Flats here in Manchester, and in the distance you can see an old motorcycle advert from maybe the 40s, 50s or 60s. Look at that. Over here that we had some really bad government council housing. Federal housing, would the Americans say. But what they've done, they've put some nice plastic cladding on them. They were really nice brutalist 1950s, 60s shit, but they've put some colours on them and they look a lot nicer. Pale poo, dark poo, iron-rich poo, and dark poo. Just want to find out what this complex is called. Why am I calling it complex? It might be very simple. Charlie. They've done a good job with the iron deficient brick, which is why it's not very orange or red. They've put a National Health Service medical centre here. So the infrastructure is following the residences. I just want to find out what it's called. What is it? Oh, here we go. Crown Street Win. W. And I like it. I have to admit, I like it. In left-wing run parts of the country, whenever a large housing developer, usually a multi-billion pound company, big powerful housing developer is like, right, we're going to build 600 apartments here in central Manchester and make a good profit, sell them to Chinese investors, Arab investors. But then the left-wing council, here in Manchester it is a left-wing council, they're like, nope, you're going to make some money, you're going to make some profit selling expensive apartments to the middle classes. Hold on a second, we are lefties, we're going to force you, 10% of your development has to be cheap for people on low wages. And so people who might be quite posh and wanting to escape the riff-raffery, the lefties are like, no one, according to the lefties, has the right to a non-peasant experience, a non-peasant rich experience. So what do? I guess you have to move out to the countryside or something, or a gated community. But even in the gated community, the government would probably find a way to put a migrant hotel in there, you know, because you don't want to be accused of being a bigot or racist. First of all, apologies for the wind noise. We've arrived at the Cylinder. Very 1960s vibe. In the 60s they were building tall cylinders like that. So this development's called 360. This one's called The Blade. The Blade! And what I found interesting, I was walking past, it said pupil entrance. See that? There's a primary school. Now, knowing what I know about hipsters and millennials that live in these apartments, they'd rather have a small dog and pretend that's their child than actually require a primary school. Whereas I, your humble narrator here, I say, go forth, multiply, have babies, raise babies, feel the love of your babies, rinse and repeat, have more babies, repopulate the earth. Don't listen to the naysayers, don't listen to the antinatalists, don't listen to the idiots, don't listen to the lefties, don't listen to the people who hate themselves, hate you, hate children, hate the future. Go forth and multiply. Underneath the Cylinder, you've got a public car park, and the prices are actually not bad. Central Manchester, it's about £9 or £10 for 3 hours, but it's a half-hour walk to central Manchester. So imagine you lived here, and they're like, oh yeah, it's £2.50 an hour to park your own car under your own house. So what we'll do, we'll compare a skyscraper for residential units from 15, 20 years ago. Boom, look at that. You've got balconies, or if you prefer verandas, and you can open the windows. Can my viewers see the amount of open windows? Fresh air, wind. You can smoke without smoking out your house. Now compare that to ye modern development from the last 5 years, or from 2020 onwards. No ability to open your window. Now, if you're anything like me, you would find that really shit. Let's zoom out a little bit. No opening windows, sorry. Check this out, viewers. Next to some of these 2019 ones, I think. If we turn the camera around, you've got Club de Padel. Paddle club. And I was like, those are small tennis courts, until I realized they're literally hitting the balls with a smaller paddle. It's like a mini, again, apologies for the wind noise, but it's like a mini raquette. Le petit raquette. Le paddle. Now, I'm sorry. We play real tennis, guys. Not this, like, imitation simulacra tennis. Now, these original ones from 5-6 years ago have the advantage of being next to a river stroke canal. And in the few years they've been here, they have managed to attract many smaller businesses, like a lot of food ones, Medlock Canteen, that one's called, and around the corner there's all sorts of little businesses like Club Paddle, the Paddle Club, Club de Paddle that we saw. But, again, without a balcony, without a veranda, to smoke, to enjoy the world, to smell the crackhead farts, it's not really for me. And how polluted is the river? 5 out of 10. Vertigo. And this is how they come in. And these very big apartment blocks, I've noticed, very popular with our Oriental brethren. I don't blame them. Although, again, no balconies, boys. Again, working in a goldfish bowl. Or, they're hard at work. Come on, let me just see a few rounds. Don't notice me. Oh, come on. And it's done. For F's sake. Why couldn't I just get a few seconds of ping pong to criticize it? Not allowed! Not allowed! Okay, it's okay, no problem. It's okay, I'll forgive you. All good. Take care.
I live here or here, there?
No, I was only doing a fun YouTube video. I don't mind. I honestly don't mind. Hey guys. Where's all the cars? Oh, there they are. They're coming for me now. No! Regardless of how you feel about the crackheads in Manchester, a few months ago, they noticed that they could throw a brick through the side of Sainsbury's supermarket and help themselves for a few seconds to all the hard liquor and the spirits. Now look what, oh my god, look at the internal, behind the thick glass, the fence that Sainsbury's has had to put here. Now, is society collapsing? Yes. Are crackheads getting more adventurous? Yes. Are we going to see a solution that maybe makes society healthy and wholesome again? Of course not. See this dirty, dirty batardo. None other than Friedrich Engels. And the statue's been going around Europe, upsetting everyone. Because nobody needs that lefty, communist, soul-destroying, spirit-raping nonsense. So it's from actually the Ukraine from 1970. And left-wing councils, they cannot wait to bring a nice brutal Friedrich Engels. You can see a bit of blue, a bit of yellow, something to do with the Ukraine, maybe. Although, let me turn the camera around. Any person, whether they're Polish, Hungarian, Romanian, that has lived behind the Iron Curtain, knows how shit it can get. But for all the kind of spiteful, angry young people in the West, oh, communism! They say they want a free and equal world, but what they really want to do is punish and make suffer the people that they consider to be rich or successful or naturally gifted. Which is why Kurt Vonnegut, the amazing American writer, spoke about the handicapper general. He went around, and little girls who are really good at ballet break a couple of their toes, because it's not fair that some people are naturally more gifted than others, according to dirty, dirty leftists. And Engels, like his buddy Marx, I'm not sure they ever really had a job. So here at home, you can see Friedrich Engels, you can see the back of his statue. They're all about cooperative, socialism, communism here. In fact, they expose themselves, because look, you got your workers' lunch, proletarian lunch, perestroika workers' lunch, £13. That's like almost $20 US. Now, I'm sorry, don't know what workers they're. Oh yeah, they mean upper middle class, posh workers whose parents have trust funds for them. Darling. Industrial, noisy. Let's have a look down the canal. we're going to have a look at Gooseman. Not Val Kilmer from Top Gun 1986, but the allegedly transient man who has 2 Canada Goose bodyguards watching me. We'll leave him to it. Now, just randomly walking along here and the police are checking on someone. All good, mate. Just getting some shots of the situation. Now, there is Oxford Street, and just there is, well, the immediate central Manchester's right there. And someone must have called the police to come and check on appears to be a female. One of the officers is putting latex gloves on. He wants to help the lady, but he doesn't want to get injured. Now, 99 times out of 100, it's just someone who... Hello, mate, you okay? Oh, good. So 90 times out of 100. Can I film you? Say hello. There he is. Hey, all right, all good. So 99 out of 100, it's someone who drank too much or smoked too much, and they'll be fine. But that 1 time in 100, it's someone who really needs help. So, we'll leave them to it. So here on Oxford Street, this guy here, in an effort to prevent his girlfriend carving the word liar into his car with a key, he's made his license plate liar! Good luck, dude. The damage, the vandalism, shall I say, that I'm about to show you is already many weeks old. And my heart drops and sinks because it's apparent that the business here, CBRE, Colliers International, JLL, the architects, they've made a decision that to not replace the broken smashed glass and the red paint that the pro-Hamasers have added. They've made the decision to not replace it because once they replace it, we know exactly what would happen to it again. Now, unless the government stops filleting Islamism, we're not going to see any real punishments for ideologically charged supporters of kidnappers. Until then, welcome to your smashy corporate buildings. It's reporting outside Permagay Wagamamas, one of these chain, casual dining experiences that has survived the last 30 years. Just notice, not only are they flying the beautiful LGTV 4K flag, the little red star points down, and it looks like a goat. Goats now, 2 horns and the ears. Where have I seen that before? Why is that star? Why is that pentagram pointing down? Do you see what I mean? Points down. It's very frustrating. You're a policeman. You think, I'll go along the tram lines because then I'll save time, don't have to deal with traffic. The tram stops at the tram stop. And then what? Then you get a YouTuber just saying, you're not a tram. There's this Just Stop Oil propaganda. You may know them over the last couple of summers, 3 summers, blocking roads, ruining family gatherings, stopping ambulances from saving lives. Anyway, this is Roger Hallam. He's a co-founder of Just Stop Oil, real ideologue. And he's like quoting a UN Secretary General who's already corrupt. We're on a highway to climate hell with our foot on the accelerator. We'll see this ideologue. He looks like a proper little Stalinist, little Trotskyist. In July of this year, the British establishment finally said, F off Roger Hallam. He's now serving a 5-year sentence, the longest sentence given to a non-violent ideologue protester. Does he deserve it? Maybe. Probably. Over there with the Italian flag is the Italian consulate. This man's received his not allowed certificate. This is the Hotel Gotham, a 1930s, Gothic inspired building now with Batman villain vibes. And here you've got a BMW 5 Series, get it right, Charlie, with an Iraq 183 diplomatic license plate. Very debonair, sir. Absolute gentleman. So we're here at 40 Spring Gardens and talking about style, aesthetics and architecture. I really like the white light background they have in the back there. Let's do a first look at that. It's bright, it's futuristic, and I feel like I'm in a Kubrick future space movie. I find her scary. Other people won't, but I do. I find her really scary, but that's just me. We all have our phobias. Oh, mate, appreciate it. Thank you, mate. Yeah, no one's.
I've lived in Manchester all my life. I moved to Cornwall.
Do you want to come and say hello on video? Do you want to? Can I turn it around? What's your name?
I'm Nathan Simpson. I'm from Moston, yeah, from Moston, Blakely. This guy is a legend.
Thank you, mate.
He follows everyone. He puts it on the toes, and I love him. And do you know what? Is this going on Facebook, TikTok?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
I'll give it a like.
Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate it, man. All the best to you.
What you doing?
Will do, mate. Thank you. All the best. Have a good one. We like Nathan. Got to admire the salesman trying to get you to change your energy supplier. He doesn't give up. He walks alongside you. He's got his purple suit on. He was polite enough to me. Very persistent. And I'm in a good mood. I'm not going to say anything bad. I wish him well. I hope he gets the sales figures. That'll help him. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the cigarette police lady, the lion, is about to grab the wildebeest. She's going to go into private property and pull someone out. Is she going to do it? Is she going to grab them? Is she going to grab them and drag them out? Oh! She's already got her colleagues in there. She's got her colleagues. The boys are in trouble. Now, I'm not gonna cause a scene, but let's just see what we've got here. So, at the moment, we're stood in private property. Depending where he dropped his cigarette butt, it might not be the job of the outsourced company appointed by the council here. Nice guy, that paramedic. Always says hello. Nice guy. On his way to patch up another crackie so he can live to crack another day. Oh, the crackheadery. Oh, the crackheadery. Love this on Market Street. It's a Christian presentation. You got good people all the way through to bad people. Now, first of all, I love how Tony Blair, no, that's not, is that Tony Blair? Yes. Appears to be is right next to Hitler. But worse than Hitler, you've got Jimmy Savile. I think our Jewish brethren may disagree, you know, but interesting that they've put Jimmy Savile more evil than Hitler.
But here's the question for all of us.
Oh, is that Madoff, Bernie Madoff?
Yeah.
Hey.
Question for all of us. There you are, sir. Well done. You get a prize for that.
Do I get the Gospel of John?
Yeah, you do.
Oh man, thank you. That is a good
He
gift.
was also their relationship counsellor.
Yeah.
But is Jimmy Savile more evil than Hitler?
Ah, well, that's what I'm going to ask you. Right. Okay. This is a question I'm going to ask all of you, right?
Thanks, mate.
And I want
Appreciate
you to
it. Thank you. Yeah.
I want you to be honest here. Where are you?
I'm to the right of Jimmy Savile.
You're to the right.
Sorry, to the left, to the next. This next to Hitler. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Where are you?
Become windy, rainy and cold. It's become Scottish, but I have spotted the poison dart frog. Nice. Very warning-y. Let's get another one. One more bright hair and then we'll cut this shot. There you go. It's like Pennywise, but shock pink. Here at the Museum of Illusions, we've got two people that work for the Museum of Illusions. Apparently it's opening 27th of September. Yeah, and is the illusion that it's actually there's nothing in there and you walk in and there's nothing? YouTube, yeah. So you walk in there, they take your money and there's nothing there.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's brilliant.
It is really good. Yeah.
Go on, give it a free plug, go on.
Everyone should come down on Friday, like there's some crazy stuff. If you want to live your dream of being Spider-Man, you can make it the illusion.
My favourite superhero when I was a kid. Really, I think a lot of guys, it's their favourite one.
Yeah, there's so much to see, so many photo opportunities. Come down this Friday.
Very worth it.
I'm not just saying that because I work there. It genuinely is incredible. I'm an honest guy.
Thank you very much. Or ultra bright hair, warning signals. There's two of them.